Dear students, welcome to the second week of the course on cytometrics. You were introduced to the concept of cytometrics and its evolution during the first week. This week, you will learn three classical laws of bibliometrics. In this week, let us study three important laws: Bradford's law, Lodkor's law, and Zipf's law. In part 2, we shall discuss Bradford's law in detail. S.C. Bradford in 1934 described a scattering pattern of journals in the area of applied geophysics and lubrication. He plotted the partial sums of references against the natural logarithm of the partial sum of numbers of journals. And he noticed that the resulting graph is a straight line. On the basis of this observation, he suggested a linear relation to describing a scattering phenomenon. The linear relation is f of x is equal to k plus b log x. F of x is the cumulative number of references contained in the first x most productive journals. K and b are constants. John Kingsley Zipf, an American linguist, defined the law as the conspicuousness or intensity of any element of language is inversely proportionate to its frequency. Lodka in 1926 discussed an analysis of the number of publications listed in a chemical abstracts from 1907 to 1916 with the frequency of publications by particular authors. Based on his data, he proposed an inverse square law of scientific productivity, that is, y is equal to k over x to the power of alpha, where x ranges from 1 to 3, etc., and y1 is the number of authors with a one paper each. For both chemistry and physics data, he observed the value of alpha as 2. In the last 50 years, many cytometricians discussed these three laws and published many articles. Some of these will be discussed in this week. In part 2, we shall discuss particularly the Bradford distribution in detail.